back, John.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
So happy to see you. Since you were last here, you had a wonderful portrayal of Winston Churchill in The Crown.
Yes.
Deservedly won an Emmy for it.
Yes, I did.
That, obviously, you're approaching a character so many actors have played, and you are an American, so you have to do the British accent. And I heard you had a way of approaching your Winston Churchill voice that is just very unique.
Well, he was a unique man in every way, including the way he talked. I knew I had to develop exactly the right Winston Churchill. He had a very jowly face.
Yes.
And I remembered Marlon Brando in The Godfather, and I thought, well, I'll stick something into my jowls. And I practiced this at home before I went to England to join them. With a melon baller, I created these little apple balls and stuck them in jars. I just stared in the mirror and I have nothing to offer. You know, I thought, I've got it.
Wow.
I actually took a melon baller with me to England.
Wow.
And arrived.
And you got right through customs. They had no issue with it.
Right. I was not stopped. And took an apple to rehearsal one day, and I said, I just want to experiment with this. And I dug out 2 apple balls and put them in my jowls
Sure.
and spoke a scene with it. About 40 seconds in, my mouth, it sounded great. It sounded very Churchillian, but my mouth was full of apple juice. Turns out that was Churchillian too. So
Yeah, exactly. Winston Churchill famously spit out apple juice every 40 seconds.
That's right. Nickname.
So you were playing Will Ferrell's father. Perfect casting.
Yes, it was so
and you
great.
are, of the 2 fathers in this film, you are the more emotional father.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson plays Mark Wahlberg's dad.
Yeah,
and I'm-
less emotional.
Yes, he's the sort of tough love, kind of severe, hard-ass partner, and I'm just sloppy sentimental, bursting with emotion. And Will and I, as father and son, we completely adore each other.
That's fantastic. I know you shot in Boston. You actually got to spend a week together as a cast at a resort. Is that nice? Because I know often you actually do movies and you don't get to spend that much time together.
Yeah, and it was good because we were all nervous. I mean, we knew we had to turn into a 4-person ensemble very quick. It was wonderful. We were in the Berkshires for a week. We had to get as much snow as we could before the spring came. And it was just a great bonding week.
You had a great bonding, it sounds like an entire time on the set when you did the film Footloose. You actually all hung out together, and that seems like a place. Where did you film that in Utah?
We filmed it in Provo, Utah, a very conservative little community.
Very Footloosian.
Very Footloosian, I
Yeah,
think.
Footloosian, you're right. I apologize.
And Diane Wiest and I were the oldsters. We were about 25 years younger than we are now, but we were the old folks. And all these fabulous young kids, Kevin Bacon and Laurie Singer and Sarah Jessica Parker. Somehow or other, we, as a sort of compensation for that, we became the wild ones.
Oh, you and Diane had to be
Yes.
cool to show to the young people.
Yeah. We all stayed in a motor court, and I was sort of the venerable older star, so I was given 2 rooms with an adjoining door.
Wow.
So I threw the parties. We had like Soul Train, you know, it was just crazy. And these young kids thought we were nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you had a good time. Did you ever get in trouble with the Provo authorities?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we flung off our clothes and leaped into the swimming pool one
Oh,
night.
that's not. I don't think that's supposed to happen at the Provo Motor
And we
Court.
got a stern dressing down from our producer the next morning.
Yeah.
Dan Melnick. So.
Well,
that
hopefully
happens.
you learned your lesson, John.
Well, it was odd because in Footloose, I was the guy who wouldn't let anybody dance.
Yeah, it turns out you're too busy doing other stuff, skinny dipping to dance. Yeah.